Today I'm gonna be doing a tier list for 4 teams mode, so the list will be slightly different compared to people who play the conventional versions of Bridge, but as far as 4 teams mode, this is how I see all the maps. So starting off, we have Aquatica, which I would say is the worst map ever to play on, because for win streak sides and just playing it in general, it's a logistical nightmare to defend, and you don't get much time to defend it at all. You have 5 ways you can enter. Like, there's the 2 arches, there's the things on the side of the archer, there's a drop shoot, and then people can be on top of it too, and it's just not fun from a defender side to defend 9 potential people coming at you. And yeah, I'm gonna put that one at the next one. Is Atlantis. Now, Atlantis used to be a 14s map back in PTL. It was alright. It didn't have any 4 teams charm because it was hard to do any side rushes or anything. It was just a meh map. It'd be alright to defend. You'd still kind of struggle with time to get those defenses down, but I'm gonna put it in front of Aquatica just because it's Aquatica. But yeah, next up, Boo. Boo is it's good, but for 4 teams, anytime you want to side rush on the corner parts, there's the fences that get in the way, and it's super laggy. You'll just keep lagging back on them, and it's just a copy of a sorcery, so I'm just gonna put it in B for now. I might move it up to A, but right now I'm just gonna put it in B. Alright, next up we have Chronon, which, I mean, it's a decent map. I find it pretty easy to defend Chronon because everything just ends up in the middle part right here. No one really gets on top, so you don't have to worry about that for the most part. But I find it pretty easy to defend. And the only time I lost on this map on a win streak was when I had a 116 win streak with I'm Angry and Bucky Bar, and it was just because we were all being stupid and we just got unlucky. But other than that, I don't really ever get a problem with this map, so I'm gonna put this one in B for now as well. And then now we have Condo, which is my favorite spawn block map ever out of all the spawn block maps. And because you can just do so much. It's easy to defend, even though there's 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 ways of entering, and you can attack very well. You can hide in the bushes if you want to. It's a really good map. I'm gonna put this one in. I'll put this one in front of Chronon, I guess. Alright, now we have Dojo, which has the exact same problems as Aquatica, but it doesn't have slabs, so that's my opinion on that one. Okay, next up we have Flora, which I really like the map for 4 teams, but it has the exact same problem of it's really hard to defend. You can't really make a hippo. You have so much space to defend from, and it's very hard to, especially when you have people bypassing on both sides or side rushing. But I mean, I like the map. It's just I can't put it any higher than C, even though it is a really good side rush map. No one really expects to side rush from the flowers right here, which are really short. But it's so hard to defend that I have to put it in C. Next up, we have Fortress, which, I don't know. it sucks in like every mode for a hippo map, like pretty bad. You have to defend those two, which is like your standard thing, but then they can also go around, and side rushing to these things can be pretty hard to defend. But it's just a meh. It's just a meh hippo map compared to like other hippo maps, like this one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Like it's just like it's probably one of the worst hippo maps besides these two, which you can technically hippo, but are like pretty much impossible to get a full hippo down in 4 teams. Alright, next up we have Galaxy, which I think is an A. It's very easy to defend. It's a good side rush map, and you're not gonna have, like, for the most part, any unlucky events occurring right off the bat. You will occasionally just get a typical both teams on the sides of you are like side rushing you, and that's unlucky, but that's like that can happen on just about any map. But it's still really easy to defend, and you have good attacking spots, good defending spots, and it's overall, in my opinion, a pretty good map. This map is it's good in every game mode ever. The side islands are different, so in normal bridge there will be the island, and then there will be 2 like here and here, and then there will be 1 here and here. But this one just has like the main bridge, and then it has 2 for each quadrant, and because of that positioning, you can like easily jump over to the island in a way that people wouldn't expect. You can do it on the normal way, on the normal bridge too, but this one is more unexpected because of how it's positioned differently, and it's also very easy to defend. It's very nice. Next up we have Licorice. I don't know where to put Licorice, to be honest. I want to put it in like B or C. I mean, it's a good map for 4 teams because 4 teams, you don't really get a spawn blocking problem, so spawn block maps are just not really spawn. They're technically spawn block maps, but you don't really see it happen too often, unless it happens gradually over time, or you just get someone who's really sweaty and get really unlucky. So I'm gonna put this one in B. It also has really good side rush spots on the cookies, which are really good. I'm gonna put this in B. I'll probably move it down to C though, eventually. Alright, next up we have the fastest side rush map ever. You can literally just jump to the other side without even needing to place any blocks, which is good, but it's also really hard to defend because of that. So its greatest strength is also like its greatest flaw. So you can either get really lucky or really unlucky. And because of the side rush being so obvious, I'm gonna put it behind Flora, because in my mind they're both pretty similar, except this one, the main bridge, is a bypass. But as far as side rushes go, they're basically the same, except this one is less obvious than this one, which makes this one better in my opinion. Cheesy, I don't know, to be honest. This is a decent map. I mean, all hippo maps are pretty decent for 4 teams, because, or anything that's easy to hippo is good, because if you get unlucky at the start, then it's gonna help you. But it's also a map that, you know, after a while, it's gonna be hard to get in on other people's bases for the exact same reason that it's super easy to hippo and super easy to defend. So I'm gonna put this at the bottom of B, because I wouldn't dodge it like these maps. So yeah, this one, obvious S. It's just like Boo, except it's the original. Has very good defense. You can drop down, you can do whatever. The only thing that I'm keeping it from being number 1S is this one's just easier to defend than that one, because this one is on multiple. This one is on 2 levels too, but this one is if you drop down for someone and there's also someone else just running on the top, then you won't be able to make it in time, so it's harder to defend, which is good for the map, but as a defender, it's just sometimes you can just get really unlucky with how it goes out. So I'll put this one in front of this one. Alright, now we have the Stumped Map made by Rolling. I think it's a good map. The only downside is really just the slabs, and it's slightly inconvenient to hippo if you don't know what you're doing. But other than that, it's a good map. You have good side rushes from these. You also you can also just build the bridge all the way up to like where it's basically the same height as the extent of your hippo. So then it becomes a PvP based map with the hippo. So yeah, I'm gonna put this at A, but it'll probably be like bottom of A. Okay, next up we have Sunstone, which I personally think is a decent map, just because it is a hard map to defend, but the side rush is so easy yet so not obvious like Flora, that I can side rush for like 3 or 4 blocks and jump down from like this to like down here and go in there, and I'll beat anyone who's running across the bridge. And I can set up in a way to where it's really hard for them to just like shift over the edge and connect the entire bridge over. So it's really easy to get side rushes, but defending from the front is a logistical problem if you get really unlucky. So I'm gonna put it right here, I guess. Alright, next up we have Treehouse, which is a hippo map, but it's pretty hard to defend it all in time, because you have like a big 9x7, I think it's a 9x7 wall that you have to make really quickly, and sometimes you just get overwhelmed really easily. And you also have to defend the front and back, which is kind of hard to maintain all at once, and you can lose win streaks pretty easily on this map for the most part. So I'm gonna put this one right here, but it's not as bad as defending as Fortress. It's just this one, it's just too easy to score on this one in my opinion. Alright, next one we have Tundra, which I think is pretty easy to defend. I don't know, it's like for 4 teams it's easy to defend, it's really easy to defend and it's really easy to attack, and I don't really have any problems with it. Any game stalling out. Also, there's too many in here. I need to move stuff up or down. But yeah, I'm gonna stick this with cheesy, and then I'm gonna rearrange this because I don't like how this all looks right now. I'm probably gonna move Boo up. Or do I want to move Boo up? I'll move Boo up. I move Tundra to be number 1, and I'll move this one down to here. Yeah, okay. Next up, we have Twilight, which, I mean, it's alright. It's the same thing as this one, except it's easier to get out of the spawn block. It's kind of, it has an alright side rush that you can do from these corners. It has a good bypass down here where you can do stuff from there. So it's a pretty good map. I'm gonna end up moving this one down to like right there, I guess. I'm gonna move Licorice down there, cause I'll move Licorice right there. Okay, in our last map, we have Urban, which I'm gonna put in S tier, but the middle S tier, because it's a really good hippo map. It's just, and it has really good side rushes. It's just this one's pretty wide, so it can be slightly hard to defend if you're having like people side rushing from both sides. But it's not all, and it has multiple levels. It has like 3 mini levels, but it's super easy to go from each one compared to this one to defend. And it's a really good map. You have lots of PvP room. You have places to place blocks. It's just a really good map. It's just this one's too wide to beat that one, in my opinion, as far as like defending go and keeping things contained compared to this one. But these are still really good maps. It's just this is the order that has to fall in. Okay, now I'm debating about moving, because I don't like how it's 335. Wait, what? 336. So I'm probably gonna move. I'm just gonna move Tundra up to A. So yeah, this is how I think. This is my opinion on how the maps should be ordered in 4 teams mode. So yeah, hope you guys like it.